going on, people? Hopefully you can hear me all right. I am trying to just share some links here. Trying to get the stream going. Hopefully the audio is coming in good. Hopefully, we'll start watching. Find out here in a bit. Go ahead and quickly share this link. Try to get a couple of people to come check it out. Let's see. Where can I share this stream? I don't know, it kind of looks frozen on one end. We shall see. We shall see. Bear with me, gonna take a second. Hopefully I get some takers. Definitely wouldn't mind talking about the game. Seeing what people think the future of this game may be. All that cool stuff. Still sharing a link here. It's quite a process. Not that bad, not that bad. I've attempted the green screen in the back here. Don't know if that's evident or not. The whole world doing a thing. Yeah, I would love to chat if you have things to chat about. I just started up a new save and we can just kind of take it from there, you know. I don't quite know what I'm doing just yet. I feel like it's been a minute since I just played this game, you know, but if you have questions, I would love to talk. I would love to answer your questions. And take a sip of my drink. I feel quite dehydrated today. It's kind of a busy day for me. Not a great day, so I figured I would just do something new, do something different, and talk with people. I don't know if you're familiar with my content. I like to do crazy things in this game, but I also like to do not crazy things in this game. So, love to hear your thoughts on this game. Let's find something to talk about. Because right now it's just me. And I kind of just need to take my mind off of things. And, yeah, pretty much it. So, what's up with you? Let's see if I don't have the chat hooked up here. Now I got the chat hooked up, so definitely, send your messages this way. I'd love to have a conversation. And if you're somebody I know, get on Discord and talk, so share our conversations live with the world. All three of us that may be here. Kind of on the fence about this game at the moment. I don't know if it's something I should, excuse me, keep making content on. I feel like I struggle with reaching out to this game's community. I pour my heart and soul into making these videos and trying to find new things, and I don't know. I wish there was more of a way to get more people to watch the stuff that I make, you know. I know that there's some people that watch it all the way through. Oh shoot, hold up. Hello? Hello?
Hey, honey.
Hey.
Can you let Sasha back inside, please?
She is inside.
Oh, okay. Apparently the pool guy came. He must have been coming there right when she was outside or something.
Just call you.
Huh?
Just call you.
It wasn't Steve this time, it was this guy Steven. I think he said his name Steven, but it wasn't Steve, so that's why I guess he did that.
I got a letter out, used the bathroom. I went out there, came back in. She was outside.
Yeah, so he just told me, I told him, I was like, look, you can let your guy know if the black truck's in the driveway. If Sasha happens to be out, she's never at long, just knock on the door. We'll bring her in, no big deal.
She's inside.
Awesome, thank you.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
Sorry about that, guys. Phone call from the wife. Possible text message from the wife. All good. And we're good. So, as I was saying, I'd love to have a conversation with anyone who is just bored, looking for somebody to talk to. I'm looking for somebody to talk to, besides my wife. So, definitely let me know how your day is going. It looks like we have a ad going to be playing here in 30 seconds. I apologize. So, I'm not doing nothing great, but just starting off the save. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell who we have here. But if you're looking for some information, if you're familiar with what I do, you know, I like to do insane builds. Lately I've been making some large towers, trying to mod some things like that. I also like to make ridiculous golf carts with so many different abilities, like putting traps on the golf carts and things like that. So let's have a conversation. I'm sure it's not just going to be me playing this game for the first time. If you're a viewer of mine, if you're a fan of the work that I do, let me know. Go ahead and do some of that cool stuff too, you know? Just kind of running around waiting on people to show up, if any. And we'll just kind of mold the gameplay around that, you know? I love modding. It's probably my favorite thing to do. Like, if there was one thing that I could do as my favorite hobby, it's just breaking video games down into pieces. And if my mic sounds like crap, just let me know. Setup is kind of new to me. I just bought a house, my second house. I'm trying to sell the first house. And I got this nice garage that I'm trying to turn into like a studio, So we can talk about anything and all things. Just let me know in the chat what you want to talk about, and let's have a conversation. As I was mentioning earlier, it's kind of not the greatest day for me. My dad's got surgery today, kind of like a life issue, aren't they all? But so I got a lot on my mind. I'm kind of just can't really be there for him. I kind of pretty much just waiting on the word, how things went, so. But looking for anything to take my mind off of things. Let me know how your day's going. If you got any troubles you want to talk about, let's talk about it. I am thinking here that I'm going to eventually bring this into trying to make something, crazy tower, crazy base or something different. But for now, I am just running around, kind of hoping some people show up. I could really use people to conversate with. And again, if you're on my Discord, if you're somebody I've talked to before, we can hop on a Discord and talk. If you don't mind sharing your conversations with the world. So just let me know. There's some messages in the chat, let me know what's up. Let me know what you're thinking. How's your day going today? As I mentioned, my day, not the greatest. Does my mic sound good? Can I get a confirmation on how well my mic is sounding? Camera look good. Green screen's in effect, some of it is. It's like only as wide as the chair that I'm sitting in. I can't game in a computer chair anymore. My back is like torn up from sitting in like computer chairs. So oh, what's up, Heather? Thank you for that. I got a window unit like right here because I'm in a car garage. I'm in like a 2-car garage and trying to make the best of the situation. So I'm glad to hear that the mic sounded good. It definitely is a chill game, and I like modding things. You know me, I like doing crazy Ferris wheels and stuff like that. So I'm also supposed to be at work today. I just, with my dad's surgery going on today, I just kind of want to be available. And I decided to try something new with the camera, the mic setup here. I know I'm not the greatest person to look at, but I find that people tend to get more views when there seems to be like somebody live on the screen. And that's all I ever want to do, I just want to deliver my content to more viewers, I don't really care about making money from content. It's more about just sharing my gaming ideas with the world, So definitely appreciate you hopping in and letting me know what's up. And if you got any questions along the way, feel free to ask. Definitely looking at the chat hardcore. But I do understand what you're saying. Sometimes I just want to like sit back and play this game. I'm not good at the game though. That's my biggest issue. Like, sure, technically I am the #1 speedrunner of this game apparently, because there's nobody else attempted. But that does not make me by any means the greatest player at all. I'm gonna go into this cave and I'm sure I'm gonna get destroyed in a heartbeat. I probably should have used this time to do a little bit of crafting, huh? I tend to forget more about it than I seem to remember. I like how this rock changes shape like mid-hand wave. Duct tape. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I do have friends that play games, but they're never on at the same time that I'm on during the day. Like, I don't really day game, I guess, a whole lot. I might make some content during the day, but for the most part, try to keep my gaming to the nighttime once my kids are in bed and my wife's going down for the night. But I'm always thinking, I'm always trying to make something, some content. I got a couple of projects for this game, but I do feel like you said this game has definitely run its course. I even think content-wise, unless you're some sort of big-time streamer and you do this for a living, it's pretty much over for most people playing with this game. The thing is, I don't play a whole lot of games either. I really don't know what's popular, and again, I can't seem to keep up with lots of people that play games a lot, so they're always going to get the win over me. Everything I do content-wise, I just like to share my ideas. I like to give people something new that they haven't seen before, and that's generally when I make content, you know. If I got something cool to share, that's when you'll see me pop up. Excuse me. I think I need to turn the sound effects down a little bit. Those bats kind of rung out my ears just now. And I hate saying the word I see me do that a lot. Gosh, Chris, I've been working on that. Not only as a person that does videos, but I also do a little bit of teaching, and something I gotta work on. Yeah, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I am just running the course. I have been putting together a video about kind of like the timeline of this game. That's just something that I don't know if I'll ever finish it, because it seems like the more I dive into, I don't know what the right word is there. The more I dive into this game, the more that I see, the more that I find. It seems like I'm finding more and more hidden lore that I don't know if it's commonly known. It's like, how much is too much, you know? Like, the video that I was working on was more about those ending credit notes that you see with Timmy exploring the new island and solo fight and finding things like that for the pharmacy and saving the world and then going missing. And I started putting stuff like that. But like I said, the more I started to explore on that topic, the more I started to see the story unfold, you know? Like, I started looking up the dates, you know, because in the magazines at the end of the game, you started seeing that the year is like 2032. And then you see like the magazines during the gameplay, and the time's actually like 2027, 2026. So it's like hard to pinpoint. But I think I got it figured out that the actual date, based off of everything going on, the actual date for the, where the cube goes off, I guess. I'm thinking personally, what I got it rounded close to was like August 18th, which is like 4 days and 3 years from now. But yeah, August 18th, 2027. I don't think it's ever too late to put it out. I think that there are some people, like when they run across them, they start to watch that kind of stuff. I definitely do. Like, I watched a video on the forest the other day about the story of that one. And, are these ads coming in? Oh, that didn't take long. These ads coming in like way too much. Let's see. I went ahead and skipped that ad. I'm gonna have to work on that. I think they're coming in like, it seems like every time I look over here on the right side of the screen, there's another ad about the roll-in. So I definitely need to figure out why that is. I've never looked into that. But yeah, the story, back to what I was saying about the story. August 18th, I think it was 2027. Do you think N-Night is working on a big update for the Forest 3? Honestly, right now, my take on that, I think they're trying to make this a console game. If I was really looking at it from that point of view, probably working on console game. It might be working on a VR version of this game, even though I just recently played VR for the Forest, and it was not good. Controls are wonky as can be, for me at least, you know, and the people that seem to have commented on me playing that said the same thing, that the controls, the experience, it was just awful. So they may or may not be doing that. I don't know if they learned from their experience beforehand. Now, as far as the Forest 3, I can see that they got a storyline together, and that's kind of what I was telling Heather and the others earlier, was that there's a pretty deep story just in those end credits. Like, if you start tying in the note pieces and actually, like, reading into that, there's quite an interesting story there. And I'd like to really touch on that some more, go into the details. Like, you first learn that Timmy is able to make the cure with the solar fight. Oh, he got me again. I couldn't jump. I was stuck on a cliff. And actually, that might be something I can show off here. Just kind of since I lost a game apparently here. Let me go ahead and just show you what I mean about that. Like I said, I always like to mod and stuff. It's funny that the Crunchy Munchies box just like fell in my lap there. But I don't think they're working on Forest 3. If I was a big game development company and this was like the only game I really had that I was working on, I would definitely be taking a break. Unless, you know, there's more of the mission to, you know, deliver more stuff, like I said, the consoles, VR maybe. But once all that's done, I would definitely take some kind of break. I don't know the size of the crew here or anything like that for the game. But that's just what I would do, you know. I'm trying to find down here at the bottom right of my screen, I'm trying to actually find the credits, and it's probably staring me right in the face, and I don't see it. There we go. It's like I could do things like this. I can load up the actual credits, and I can actually see right here that we have the story papers, right? I'll go ahead and turn that music off. At least that one I can turn off. But we have these animated story pages that come in, and I can actually kind of just kill the animations for these things. Cut off these credits here as well. Basically turning off everything except for the magazines themselves. And there's a light up here. One of these is a light that actually sheds some light on the papers themselves. So this is the kind of thing that I kind of wanted to make a video on. And we might just go over it here in the live, you know? Let you kind of know what I've been thinking as far as this stuff goes. But, like, this is the first magazine that they show us. What am I on? But let me put that back. I think the object that I really want to mess with is this camera. To move myself around here. And this way I can actually just kind of zoom in. What's up, Kev? Yeah. Hey, you never know, you know, right? They could be doing that. They could not be. Time will tell, I guess. I definitely don't think they're working on a third game or anything like that. Not yet, at least. Oh, okay. So we got some kind of control over the end of the game now. One more thing. So I can actually slow this rotation down a little bit, I think. Instead of 4, let's change that to 1, and that'll kind of give me a sense of things. Do these ads, I swear, every time I go over it says 1 minute till an ad, so excuse me. But just looking at this is like one of the things I was talking about here. Is like the actual date says July 2032. That's actually one of the earliest dates here. And I do love the nod to the game items in this thing right here. You know, Timmy LeBlanc discovers miracle cure. Look, I just hit the skip ad button and it's coming again. So I apologize for that. I have to go check the settings. I don't pay attention to the live much, and there's usually never anyone watching either. So I appreciate you guys sticking around and all that stuff and supporting me. Yeah, you got stuff like this, and the beauty of this is that I can actually open up and close like any one of these storybooks and actually try to get a look at what these articles really say. Like, normally you don't get a chance to stop and read this stuff, especially if like you just beat the game and you don't know what's coming, you know. Am I on a plane? Is my mic sounding really bad? No, I have a window unit right around the corner from me here, behind the monitor, and I know it sounds like shit, so I apologize if that's what you're referring to, but it's like all I got. if that ad's still playing, or if the ad's not playing, let me know so I can continue on telling the story, or at least showing off what I think about these papers. You know, I don't want to just start talking and like everybody's stuck watching an ad. You know, that'd be kind of lame, but I will take this moment to take a sip of my tea. No ad. Good deal. Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, I gotta go through the settings and figure out. It seems like every 5 minutes they're trying to push an ad on me. I don't know if that's the way the streaming normally works, but never am I really trying to like conversate. Usually I'm just gaming when I stream. Kind of fine-tune some of these numbers here. This is like one of my favorite things about these end credits, is that there's like a much deeper story about the Night V. Also the Crunchy Wunchies. You notice right here, like it starts out good. This is the second page that you see at the end credits, you know. Oh, nice, Kev. Thanks for robbing me out of all my pennies. Oh, I'm joking. I pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't get any ads. It's only like $13, and I think it's cheaper because I'm a teacher, you know. They give you like a discount or something, so it's like $9 or $7 or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I know I'm probably blocking the screen here too, so I will try. If you try to read something and I'm in the way, just tell me to move myself. I'll get out the way. This is funny. Major unicycle manufacturer Night V stocks soar. Like, I don't know about any of y'all, but I can't stand the Night V. It's so bad. Like, I always fall off of this thing. I always trip on like the first rock, driftwood, something. It seems to like always knock me off. I hate it. I can't stand it. I know hate's a bad word, but I despise it, if that's any better. But I like what this says here. Popular kids cereal wins coveted dental award. I'm assuming that this is the story of Crunchy Wunchies. Yeah, look. A popular dental series, Crunchy Wunchies, has just, I'm assuming, won the Dental Excellence in Humanity Awards prestigious award. And it just goes on to talk about that. Let's see if we can get this to go down some. Like that Humanity Award, prestigious award. There's no real like crazy information. It says the official was attended, dental elite, popularity, like it's so cut off, you know, it's kind of hard, but you kind of get the idea just from like the headlines itself. From this stuff here, you know, TV ratings also high, so I'm guessing that they had ad kind of like talks about like the time slot. Maybe they had a Super Bowl Crunchy Wunchies ad or something like that, and that's kind of hilarious to me. Like, imagine like your favorite cereal brand coming on to the Super Bowl, and that's why they won the prestigious award of prestigious dental award. Are there dental awards? Is that a thing? Like, I get that in the dental community and probably having an excellent place of business, kind of like my kids' orthodontics and stuff like that. Orthodontics? What's the right word there? I'm not quite sure. Let's see. It says the ceremony award will now be followed by month-long dental month marathon on the most TV channels. A dental marathon, huh? Interesting. A night of, says F, maybe that's a night of fluoride and fluoride dreams. Expect viewerships in high based on last year's something. So that's what we got there. We also have note of Timmy's stuff here, you know, which I get that. What do we have? Timmy LeBlanc starts new charity to cure diseases using Solafite. The new miracle cure is taking the world by storm. It says in an official announcement, discovery more accessible to as more people feel they can't. And maybe those are broken down into like maybe three different columns. It doesn't really make sense, but we do know it's Timmy LeBlanc. And I can't imagine like having to see this and, you know, and the end credits and everything like that. Oh, another stupid ad coming. Sorry, guys. Oh, so Kev, okay, so these articles are, if you're not familiar with them, these articles are actually from the end credits when you beat the game. I don't know if it depends on a specific storyline or which route you take, but definitely when you end the game, you beat the game, these, there's 10 pages, and I actually found a hidden 11th page that I guess didn't make it in the final cut, in one of these things here. So definitely cool that they put this stuff in there. So, and you don't have to apologize, man. If you got questions, if you see something that maybe I jumped ahead or you just joining us, you know, definitely ask again. I've got nothing but time at the moment, and just enjoying people watching and talking to people. So glad you guys are here with me, and I'll answer any questions you may have. So ask away for sure. And we probably got an ad rolling still, so just taking a second here to go over. I see your comment there, Heather. I love the Night V, but love that you can tell that Night has a sense of humor. Yeah, they definitely go on with this. I don't know about the Night V, but they go on to more details about the serial, and they go on to more details about what was it? There was another thing that this game has, but yeah, it definitely has a sense of humor, and they actually continue on with that story. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just kind of give one more quick glimpse of this whole page in case anybody has any questions or anything, didn't get to see it all, just joining us or whatever. So yeah, that is our article about Solo Fight. It's actually page 2 of 10 on the end credits cards. So right now I've got this list of papers here, and I'm going to jump to the third one here. The third one, I got to turn off the animations, otherwise they'll just kind of like fly away on me. If I go back here, we have an issue of Science Weekly, and look at the date on this one again. So this is like a good 6 years after the storyline of the game takes place. And we have Science Weekly. I think they have a couple of these magazines in the game, but they're actually dated like 2026, 2025, 2027. And that's roughly the time frame that the game takes place in, I think, in my opinion. So we have Science Weekly, July 2033. And it says here, wrong direction. It says, the new research into Solo Fight. CEO Timmy LeBlanc talks about the latest grants and discoveries. And this is, I love this one because I've seen this before. But it says, forgetting fears, how a fear of feet led to the cure for fear. Like the cure for fear from the fear of feet. Someone explained that to me. Like, I don't know about you, but that just was hilarious when I read that. I don't know why, I just thought that was funny. Then it talks about, can we power the world on solar power alone? Which, if you played Sons of the Forest, maybe it's possible. If you've got enough panels and enough wire and enough batteries, even though it's highly unrealistic. And this is what trips me out. Is this normal pricing? I might have to scroll this over a little bit, get it out of my face here. $4.99 in the US, but $54.99 in Canada. Like, why the hate? Why the hate on the prices there? That makes no sense to me. Very weird. Like, there's not a lot of information on this one in particular. We'll just go ahead and go over this one again. Science Weekly, in case somebody missed it. Yeah, what's with the I was thinking about that too. Like, what is with the hate for like the price on Canada? And there's some magazines in here where like the prices are normal. It's like $1 or $2 difference. But then you get into like some of these $54. Like, why the hate for Canada? I live in the United States, so that wouldn't be an issue for me. Just thought that was very, very weird. Seeing that one. And again, the feet thing. How a fear of feet led to the cure for fear. I didn't even know fear was a disease, let alone that, you know. So, let's try this again. Let's go to the next one here. We're going to go back and I'm going to enable the fourth one. I'm going to kill the animation on that one. Then we're going to slide that camera back up some. So we have, in the credits here, we have actually 2 of these special C-Class issues, and they're both for March 2033, which I find very interesting as well, that they're putting out, like, I guess 1 special issue, 2 special issues. This makes you wonder here, like, is Timmy still mutated at this point? Because it kind of looks like you can see the normal face, but you also see like the sulfite on the side of his face here. It kind of makes you wonder if he has that mutation still or not. And this is a pretty expensive magazine. Let's see if I can zoom in some. Scroll down. It's a little bit hard to see, but it says right here $29.99 in the US, and I think that's $39.99 in Canada. So there's kind of a fair price there, but funny nonetheless. Yeah, and let's look at the article itself. It says, the new pharmaceutical king, Timmy LeBlanc. The discovery of the sulfite cure resulted in the opening of the hottest new pharmaceutical company. So you kind of get the take here that, okay, Timmy's doctor or whoever it was that he was talking to in the end credits, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, yeah, that's funny. It does look like pharmaceutical. I don't know, that's I don't know. That's a tough one, because I already don't know how to spell this word. And then now you're telling me that there might be a different spelling it. Where are you from, Kev? Are you overseas from the United States? I know I used to teach for this place, and all their spelling was weird. I think they were like in England. It was more of like a British. The syllabus for the courses were of British descent, you know, I guess is the right way to say it. So like everything, like the words color had a lot of U's in them. Like over here, I usually spell color COLOR, but like in all of our syllabuses and things like that, and the instructions that we were supposed to teach from, color was spelled COLOUR. Other words like favorite, things like that, they were just like a lot of extra letters that just really made things. It wasn't hard to read. It was just odd seeing them like that, you know. So maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe they just have really bad spelling. Not quite sure on that. So, but I do like this, how the discovery of the sulfite cure resulted in opening the hottest new pharmaceutical company. Is that even a thing? I mean, did we talk about pharmaceuticals and big pharma like it's like their mixtapes, you know? The hottest new pharmaceutical company coming in yo city. I don't know, that's just kind of weird for me. I don't know if that's the way things normally go down, but very strange to hear it like that, you know? I can't think of one pharmaceutical company, like the closest thing I can think of that we might have be like this, maybe Johnson and Johnson. Is that even pharmaceutical? I don't know. Or they like to help babies and make shampoo, but that's about the extent of my knowledge on that one, you know? Looking at this here, trying to make sure I'm not missing any pages as I go through. Go ahead and bring up the next one and shut this one down. Oh yeah, and this is one that I really liked. This here was the player's perspective. If you remember, if you've seen the emails, when you're playing the game, there's an email somewhere down the line that Mr. Puffton is like, Pfizer? Oh, Bayer. Yeah, I know Bayer. Pfizer? Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Now that you mentioned it, but if not for COVID and the vaccines, I would have no idea what Pfizer or any of those things wanted. You can call me dumb. You can call me ill-knowledged. You're probably right when it comes to that kind of stuff. When it comes to medical stuff, my wife's usually the one that takes care of me. She would know these things. Definitely not me. But what I was saying is, this one here, kind of get a better idea about this one. If you remember playing the game, you might have run across an email from Edward Puffton, and he mentions to somebody, I forget who it was, but he mentions somebody reach out to Jack Holt. Jack Holt is like if you learn from the beginning of 1.0, that he's part of the press, and he actually wrote a book about the Puffton creating an empire. So, and basically, in fear for his life, Edward Puffton was like, reach out to Jack Holt. He wrote a book on me before. He wrote a story on me before. Get him out here in case anything happens to, or if something happens to me. So I guess if he wanted that story told, then this was his way of getting the truth out. He knew Jack Holt did right by him with the book. Maybe he'll do right by him about letting him know what happened here. So it's my take, since it says demons, dimensions, and health, search for Mr. Puffton. I can only imagine what this book's like, we get to experience the story, but if you've ever read anything, it's all perspective. You're not really sure if this is like going to be a fan fiction or if there's any truth to it, Very interesting. I probably would love to read a book. I don't do much reading. It's got to be like a really, really awesome story for me to read a book these days. Probably because I'm so into video games, but I would really love to read this storyline as a book. And I think that's why I mentioned earlier how I'd love to make a story about this kind of stuff. Lots of interesting things about this game, And there's so much hidden lore. If you go back and just like reading things, like you can sit here and talk about these individual stories for such a long time, and it's all in perspective, Something that I may have experienced, you may have experienced in a completely different way. And I just kind of love that. I love that it leaves it open for interpretation. It leaves it up to the imagination. So I really love that about this game. And a lot of people don't seem to like that. That they say that there's no story to this game. But I actually think that there's a very deep-rooted story. And I think they did it so well through doing it through emails, note pieces, talking about the little bitty video clips and the cultists and the things like that. Like, I think it all comes together really well, and it leaves it just vague enough to where you can kind of put the pieces together yourself. And like I said, you may interpret it a lot differently than I interpret it. I see things in my own way that you may experience it in a whole different way, and we're both looking at the same bits of information here. So I love that about the game, and especially even a lot of things open-ended really helps out with the story, I think, because the less you give, but also the most you give, tells for great storytelling. Now, here I think, right here, this is an actual piece of hidden information, and if you watch the game credits, you're not going to see this in there. This is actually removed from the game. It's still in place for where the book was. Notice that I was able to tag this here. And this is, I'm guessing it used to be the Financial Street Journal, and then they put the book in place of it afterwards. this is something that I really thought was cool. I'm kind of gonna move the mod tool out the way for the moment for this one, because we actually get some more information here. It says the Financial Street Journal. Why they have a period at the end of the title, I'll never know. But that's pretty interesting nonetheless. We have a date, Wednesday, May 25th, 2023. What's going on, Mordred? Yeah, man, we're just talking about end credits and things like that. Okay, the dumb back. Yes, the dumb back story. I can't believe this didn't make it. And it took me a minute to figure out what the heck is a dumb back. And then I looked up in the game's code, and it's actually those Roombas that you see in the game. And I've actually started playing with those a little bit in mod tools. And I might have some stuff that I'm going to do in the future with that, just for giggles, you know. Let me see here. I'm getting a quick message on the Discord. I just want to make sure real quick that I'm not missing anything important. Also kind of track of some work stuff on there too. So, okay, all good. Yeah, so, Roger, we're just kind of going through some of the end credit stuff, and this is actually a hidden document that didn't make it into the game. It got replaced by the book, and I guess whenever they made the change to the press release and everything like that, that they replaced this piece of information. So, I like the stock talks, the prices of gold, silver, and sulfite. The gold went up 2.9, silver went down 0.3, and then sulfite up 68.9%. And S&P 500, what is S&P? Does anybody know? I'm not familiar with stocks or gold or the value of money. So if you know what S&P, stocks and bonds, maybe? And I don't know how I even know that, but I don't know. 2.1% it's up though, but that sulfite, crushing it to the extreme. It says here the latest quarterly reports are nothing but astonishing, say investors. Do you normally quote something like that? I don't know. Anyways, I am interested in zooming in on that thumbback article. Just kind of reading what that one says a little bit. Ooh, that's really up in my face, huh? Let's see if I could. Oh, I didn't want to move that. Move the wrong game object. Let me throw that back. Go back to the camera. That's the one I was trying to change here. Dude, I keep hitting the cancel the ads button. I'm trying, guys. I said I don't do this for money, but the thing keeps popping up and I keep hitting skip ads, so I'm trying. One might slip through. Let's see. Dumbback robotic vacuum cleaners achieve sentience, and I think this should have made it into the game, no doubt. Try to just kind of read off what it says here as we go down here. In the latest of bizarre sequences of events, Dumbvac, the company behind everyone's favorite friendly vacuum cleaner, has announced that their robotic vacuums have achieved sentience. Marvin Gord, the founder and CEO of the company, said that they discovered something was off with the robots and that consumers were reporting strange behaviors. Let me drop this down a little bit. On further release something, and after the version 3.2 recall fiasco, the company says that there was nothing wrong with the vacuums. They just learned that the negative behaviors from their human family and findings... Oh, wait, hold up. They just learned that the negative behaviors from their human family... It's kind of weird. The findings show that the robots were neglected and verbally abused, had an 80% chance of exhibiting negative and destructive behaviors. Could you imagine? Could you imagine just like smash talking your dumb back? And I mean, I don't know what it can do. It's just got some wheels and it sucks things up, but imagine this thing like going crazy and bumping your tables, knocking your jewelry box down and just sucking it all up. I don't know. That's just very, very weird to me. I don't know how how these things can be destructive, but curious nonetheless. A new pamphlet was sent out to all owners of the robotic cleaners, outlining new guidelines on how to encourage positive behaviors and forget having relationship with their robot vacuum cleaners. Thumbvac says they believe most people will follow these new guidelines and incorporate the vacuums into their families. The concern, however, is continued on page 6. I wish we had page 6, because to me this is the most interesting story out of everything. Out of all these articles, that's probably the one that intrigues me the most, you know. I really wish there was more on that. It's very fun. It's just very funny to think about it. I mean, just imagine sentient Roombas. Too funny. Okay, so we have CEO Timmy LeBlanc reports record earnings. And it says here, Timmy LeBlanc does it again with his latest quarterly reports, coming in over expected gains of last fiscal year. Investors are tickled pink at the numbers, and anyone who didn't buy in when they could is feeling the pits of deep regret. Kind of sounds like Bitcoin to me. I had an opportunity to buy lots and lots of Bitcoin at a very cheap price and never took advantage of it, and now I'm like, dang, you know, where's my Bitcoin? I have no regrets, though. I'm not a fiend for money. I'm not a fiend for physical items. I'll be all right. Let's see. The company's work with Solifite mining and medical charity has everyone talking. The amount of good that LeBlanc has brought to the world can't be measured in numbers. The stock price first gained investor attention a few years ago after a series of announcements by the CEO. Since then, the internal investment into the company, along with the opening discoveries from the research and development sector of the company pumping out more and more discoveries, has turned many heads and eyes towards it. We hope to continue our endeavors. Okay, a little bit of typo here. We hope to continue our, and then we jump over here, there's another hour. So we hope to continue our endeavors into making the world a better place. While we can't achieve world peace, we hope to make the world an easier place to live in without the fear of disease and suffering, states LeBlanc in his high-profile TV interview last night. He was asked a series of comprehensive questions regarding the future plans. Reruns will air every night at 8 p.m. on more prime time channels. Pharmaceutical, and now you got me looking over here at your spelling, because now if you look at it, this thing right here, they spelt it your way, Kev, from earlier. It says pharma, C-E-U-T-I-C-A-L. So definitely interesting that they changed in that particular instance, you know. Pharmaceutical industry was completely shaken up since the discovery of Solifite and LeBlanc Pharmaceuticals owning all known locations of the mineral. So does that tell us right here that Site 2 is now owned by Timmy LeBlanc? Kind of curious about that, you know. Okay, let's see, don't laugh. From what we've experienced in the last few years, sentient vacuum cleaners are not that insane. It doesn't sound too far-fetched though, right? Let's see, where was I? Oh, I'm just going to restart from here. The pharmaceutical industry was completely shaken up since the discovery of Solifite, and LeBlanc Pharmaceuticals owning all the known locations of the mineral has gained them monopoly in the industry. Several groups have lobbied the government to intervene in this dominance and level the playing field. We will all keep tabs on the story. Checking out your stuff, Mordred. The dumb back reminds me of a song I'm wanting to make that's based on an old story of mine. The STD, the sentient train demon. The train becomes alive, hits a person who's on the tracks, uses magic to make flesh wheels, then goes off the tracks wreaking havoc. Sounds interesting. Sounds very interesting. I'd like to hear more on that. I'm really curious about this over here, and it sounds about as wild as your story there, Mordred, but it says, Pickles, the stock market cat, something winning. And it's just like cat jokes within this thing. Something stock, something owner, and when he first put his paw on the screen, when the company... I can't really make out what that word is. Valuation came in, I thought to myself, is Pickles trying to say something? Says Doris, putting a bid and making so much Monday. I don't know. Good luck with that, Pickles. Let's see. Let's zoom out of this page here. Kind of go back up to the top. In case anyone's popped in and they kind of want to see what we've been talking about the last minute or so, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. But yeah, that's the hidden article. This is the one that you don't normally see in the game. So, very cool stuff, very cool stuff. And again, that was in place of bestseller right here. Pickles are good. Pickles are good. I don't think I can eat whole pickles though. I gotta eat pickles in moderation. Alright. Next article. Let's go ahead and remove the animation on that one. I actually really like this one. Just that artwork. If we've learned anything from the end of the first forest, it's not to believe everything you see. For starters, let's not believe that this is what the island's gonna look like by any means. Jump back to my camera and just kind of move this in a little bit and just see what we have going on here. So it says greener pastures as bug saliva as fertilizer. Bug saliva as fertilizer, huh? That would be interesting. Come in and eat all your crops, but give you enough juice to replace them, right? Also, we have an article here, Netherlands and mice, what they don't have in common. Oh, Neanderthals, I'm sorry. Neanderthals and mice, that makes a little more sense. And what they don't have in common. And again, we got another date on this one, July 2032. And it says, new island discovered, world's largest deposits of sulfite found. We're just going to take a look at that image there. Again, we got the price height at the bottom. I'll scroll back to that just a bit there. It says, how holography can... Is that how you say that? Holography? Holography? I don't know. How that can help you focus. And we have the ultimate paradox, the surprising finding. So not a lot of details on this one here. Get some nice, possibly AI artwork here of some islands. And as I mentioned earlier, the price height, $2.99 in the United States, $54.99 in Canada. There's just no love for Canada in these magazines. I wonder if there's some sort of like ongoing behind the scenes something or another there. Very strange, very strange. Let's go ahead back and look at that in its greatness, in its fullness. I definitely appreciate you popping in, for sure. Hit me up sometime and do some more stuff. Interested in your train story, for sure. Have a great day. Alright, so we're going to jump over to our next article. Did I hit the right one? Move that animator. Just looking at this here as a whole, we have another C-Class monthly. I'm going to scroll up to the top here. And we have the real estate issue. So I thought this was going to be another... oh, let's see what you got, Kev. I think it's a dig at Trudeau. The Canadians are having a really hard time with massive price hikes at the moment. Oh yeah, no doubt. I don't know about that too well. I can barely keep up with what's going on in this country here. It's kind of like a yes man. I just accept life for what it is. I feel like it's far more knowledgeable than my itty bitty brain, you know. So we have a real estate issue, C-Class monthly. Again, like I said earlier, it's another March 2023, and they must have a couple of these issues that go around and things like that. But scrolling down for a bit, see a picture of Timmy, and it makes me wonder, like, you know, when the end credits start rolling in, we see like this mutated Timmy, his arms still all freaky looking, and his face is. But when he shows that doctor the solar fight, it's like a light bulb goes off in his head. And none of these articles really seem to ever mention Timmy being mutated. Like, I know it's got to be public fact, because in the game you see an email of, I think it's his name, GNU. I think it's what the bad guy, the silver jacket guy, GNU, I think is what they call him. And he talks about Puffton or some researchers reached out to Timmy, and GNU's like, is that mutant kid with the arm or something like that, you know? So it makes me wonder how public knowledge that really was, because you also have, if you think about the forest, Timmy's dad wrote a book, I think it was like a survival book after being on the island. Excuse me, throat's getting dry. He made that survival book, and we never really get to see like how much information's in that book. Like, what did he tell? Did he tell about his experience killing kids on a plane to save his kid? I wonder. I mean, he didn't go to jail, so you know, does he explain the mutations, the mutants on the islands? And if that's the case, like, how does it become known that Timmy's a mutant? Enough for GNU to actually realize that he was a mutant, you know? Let's see, they must have changed the end credits. I've never seen any of that. I finished it way before 1.0 was released, and all I saw were text. Oh yeah, this is definitely post 1.0. This is when 1.0, this is the 1.0 ending, the end credits scene. And so yeah, this was all added after 1.0, for sure. Yeah, so we have Timmy Pharma. Oh yeah, I was talking about his mutant. This, you know, I just wonder how much of that was public. I'm very curious, very curious. Timmy Pharma. I like that name. That should just be like his business name. Timmy Pharma. Big Pharma. Makes bid for islands. And let's scoot this sucker over so you can kind of get an idea of the article name and stuff like that. So we have the race to secure the most sulfite-rich island ever found. Who are the other players? Well, I can tell you right now, the other players, it's not the Puftons, that's for sure. And I gotta zoom in here for that price. Got $29.99 in the US and $39.99 in Canada. That makes more sense. So yeah, just zooming back out, I'm curious too if this is the lead up for the next game. I wonder if Sahara Therapeutics or something like that, if they're ever going to make a comeback. I know GNU says in one of the emails during the main story that Sahara Therapeutics paid them paid him way more than the Puffins ever could. So that's interesting. Interesting thoughts, you know. And it just, you know, it's kind of like just building up story, building up plot. Like, I'm gonna tell you when we get towards the last few of these where I think the next game's gonna take off. For sure. But until then, let's go ahead and jump over to the next real quick. I'll go ahead and just kind of zoom out for a second. And it looks like we do have another ad rolling in here, and I'm just gonna let this one roll. I've skipped like 80 ads so far. Tired of hitting the button, but let's go ahead and jump into that next one. So we have 3 pages left. We'll go ahead and load in this one. This one's kind of weak though. It's not as awesome as the rest have been. And I'll just kind of let this one fester here for a second. Check my phone. Got a work email real quick. Oh yeah, Unity classes. I'm taking some Unity classes. Educate the educators type classes for Unity. This game's built on Unity. So that's pretty cool. Oh, ad rolling now. Hopefully that ad is skippable for you guys that like to skip ads. Won't sit here and waste too much time, but I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of get a picture of this island in view here. So we have the True Luxury Real Estate magazine, and it says the newest Big Pharma CEO buys coveted island. So Timmy LeBlanc shares his newest endeavors to progress scientific harvest of solarite. Very good to know, very good to know. Not a whole lot of information on here. Still got that Canada price aid. It says $12.99 for the United States and $34.99 for Canada. I don't know what Canada seemed to have done here to upset these people. I'm not even sure where M. Night's studios are. They might actually be in Canada. I know that, was it Vancouver? Curious. I am curious. 1 second. M. Night Games is independent. I went to the forest.com. I think they have some information on their website that mentions something about where they were located. Company about. No, it doesn't really say. We are currently not hiring. Be careful about any fake information. I could have sworn that they said, excuse me, where they were located on the website, but it looks like their website hasn't been updated since the end of the forest, and that's kind of sad, because I'm a web developer, I'm a website designer, and I would love to help you guys with your website, in case they're watching, you know, which I doubt they are. Yeah, it doesn't really say. The soundtrack was done by members of a 90s Canadian band, huh? Maybe they were upset with maybe they're upset with them, I'm not quite sure on that. Good to know, good to know. And is that the Bad Pivot, the people from... Oh, okay. Ukrainian. Gotcha, gotcha. Very good to know, very good to know. I don't know why I was thinking it was like Vancouver or something, which I believe is like north of Washington. I don't know if any of you guys watched the Flash TV show, the CW TV show, but that was actually filmed in Vancouver, I believe, as well. I don't know, I really like that. I really like the whole time issues and things about that show. Yeah, so nice glimpse of this island. Kind of looks like that island, that other shot that we looked at, the cartoon one. Very curious. Hope they do come out with a third game, because I am loyal to this series. I think this series did me very well in entertainment. Definitely helped my YouTube channel. You know, helped me meet a lot of new people and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and jump to the juicy bits, and we got another newspaper article here, and this is good stuff in this newspaper article here. So we learn about the ultimate fate of Crunchy Munchies. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I read here as far as what it says. Crunchy Munchies. Let me skip this ad button again. It says, Crunchy Munchies recalled for salmonella. 34 dead so far. So we can already see. I don't mean to laugh at that because I know this is fake information. If it was real, I wouldn't be laughing. But it's funny in the storyline of how Crunchy Munchies, everybody's like, oh yeah, Crunchy Munchies is the best, you know. Hey, you. And then, like, it turns out, like, the ultimate downfall for Crunchy Munchies, you know, that they had a recall for salmonella. And at the time of this article paper, there's 34 dead from it. Well, thank you for that, Cal. I appreciate that. And at the same time as the downfall for Crunchy Munchies, we also get to learn about CEO Timmy LeBlanc missing. And this is mainly where the story here starts to take a twist for us. I'm kind of zoom in and try to get some of this article information here and try to read what I can from it. Gotta position it in the right spot here. And again, some of it's cut off here, but we'll try to do our best with it. So, in a shocking turn of events, Timmy LeBlanc, the highly respected chief executive officer of LeBlanc Pharma, has gone missing under mysterious circumstances. The disappearance, what's up with these gaps? I guess these words are so big, you gotta fill in. The disappearance, which was reported to authorities by concerned family members and colleagues late last night, has sent shockwaves through the business community. Sources close to the investigation reveal that Timmy was last seen leaving the company headquarters around 8 a.m. Okay, let me scroll this up a little bit. Recap that sentence. Revealed that Timmy was last seen leaving the company headquarters around 8 a.m. yesterday evening. Excuse me? 8 a.m. yesterday evening? Does evening mean afternoon everywhere else in the world? I don't know how you can have a 8 a.m. yesterday evening in his private long-range helicopter. Now I gotta look up what a long-range helicopter is. Seasoned executive known for his eccentric vision and leadership skills left behind a vacuum in the corporate world as colleagues and employees grapple with the uncertainty surrounding their leader's whereabouts. Okay, good to know, 8 a.m. early that evening. Alright, let's see, let's get some more of this on the page. Law enforcement agents are actively involved in the search, with detectives examining surveillance footage from the LeBlanc something. Got half the page ripped off here. Friends, well-wishes, and associates of Timmy have organized a candlelit vigil outside LeBlanc Pharma headquarters, where they gather to show support and solidarity during this trying time. As the investigation unfolds, the community remains on edge, hoping for a swift resolution to the mystery surrounding the disappearance and this influential business something. Let's go ahead and scoop this page over some more. As news of the missing CEO spread, the stock market experienced a brief downturn, with investors expressing anxiety about the potential impact on the company's stability. So let me go ahead and bring this back up to the top. We'll try to get what we can out of this snippet here. It says, we are we are something high priority. Music? I don't know what you mean by music. Free music? We are treating this with high priority care. Holly Glass, spokesperson for the main department. Our efforts to locate LeBlanc sure his, well, something this point. We can't out any possibilities. Our team is exploring something angles in this something. So, yeah, sorry, this is, like I said, this part's cut off, and you gotta just kind of make do with the best of what they have here. It says, the sudden disappearance has also triggered speculation and rumors within the business community, while some suspect. Oh yes, definitely. Appreciate that, Kev. The sudden disappearance has also triggered speculation and rumors within the business community. While some suspect foul play or corporate espionage, others are hopeful that CEO may have taken an unexpected leave for personal reasons. LeBlanc Pharma released a statement asking public to keep calm, everything is okay. CEO and pledge operations with too much is cut off. Investigative statement, also stakeholders, companies, and whatnot. So interesting. We get a little bit of the situation on that for sure. Zoom out a little bit here, move this back over. And again, like the biggest takeaway from this from me is that Crunchy Wunchy recall, or Crunchy Wunchies. I can't believe that's happening, you know? And I want to make a video. I was making a video on this, but I kind of like that we're just going over it through the stream anyways. But also, let's see, we have, was that one paper? Oh yeah, that's the light that goes with the paper. Okay. So kill that paper, open up this last paper. Let's knock off that animator. And this is it. This is the ultimate fate of Crunchy Wunchies right here. It says, troubled cereal company files for bankruptcy. And I can only assume that's the Crunchy Wunchies. I mean, like, what other cereal would exist? And I could just see we were hit with another ad, so kind of just leave this up here for a moment. Wait about 10 seconds for everyone to be able to skip that ad. And take me another sip of my drink. Okay, so again, like I said, the funniest thing here of this whole paper, or probably of this whole ending, is the ultimate fate. Troubled cereal company files for bankruptcy. Full story on page 12. What I wouldn't give for page 12 right now. But best of it, Tuesday news. The best news always happens on Tuesdays. So we got contact with the island lost. And if we go and further inspect this page, you can see another shot of this island. And I'm not sure if this is site 2, probably site 3. If I had to guess, whatever Timmy's island is. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this article here at the bottom. Raise it up a little bit. Whoa, wrong way. This way. and scoot this over, raise it up some more. So it says, last known transmission bears no clues on what happened. One thing we do know, it's Groundhog's Day again. It's like the movie Groundhog's Day. It's Groundhog's Day again. And reports emerge of the latest CEO to go missing. Members of the LeBlanc family first noticed something. Everything we can do to expedite the search before it is too late, says Constable Frank. Frank Howe, that must be his name, Constable Frank Howe. As soon as we heard from the family, the search for clues has started and a tip hotline has been established to encourage anyone with any information to come forward. Email records indicate that LeBlanc was excited about a new discovery and was eager to focus more funds towards the research. The eccentric billionaire fueling speculation, purchases, and maybe this. So, really interesting stuff. Really interesting there. And this is where I think that the game's going to take place in whatever the third game's going to be. I think this is going to be where it comes from right here. This will be like the start. We'll get whatever backstory that they decide to give us early on. And it's going to kind of just take off like that. You'll probably start off the game in a plane or a helicopter or something like that and going to this mysterious island, which I'll go ahead and put back up on the screen here. You know, it might start off very similar like this game did, how we're looking for the Puffins, but instead we're looking for Timmy in this game. You know, I figure at this point Timmy's dad's probably not going to be a major factor in the game, if there is a game, just due to his age. You know, I don't know the dates offhand of what the dates were in the original game, but I do know that it's got to be a long time. I think it's some of the pictures, or some of the shots that I've seen of Timmy's dad. He's like gray haired, you know, old man, probably well on a retirement. He gets shot in the game, you know, so no telling. I mean, might see 100-year-old Timmy's dad come out, "Get down, son," with his walker or something, you know. But yeah, if you got any thoughts or anything, let me know. I think what I want to do real quick is just take me a quick break, if you guys don't mind, if there's anybody still here, if I didn't bore you guys to death with my recent discoveries. I do have a hilarious break screen, but if you'd like to give me 2 or 3 minutes, I'll let this stupid ad play while I don't think it'll take me 2 minutes. 2 minutes tops, but I'll be right back. Thank you for your time, Kev. Okay. Hopping back to things, coming back in. I appreciate all of you guys that have stuck with me through this. If you missed what we went over, I hope you catch the restream because we just went over all of the amazing panels that they have here. Especially this one here. The most notable information that I have ever seen about this game. Awesome information. But if there's anyone still around, missed some of the things and you want to take a look at some of the other panels, or if you have questions, I'll kind of just breeze through them real quick and show you what we went over here. Very cool stuff, lots of information, especially this one, being the ultimate fate of Crunchy Munchies. Thought that was hilarious. Let's see here. So, quick recap. We have the old Scientist magazine. Went over some of that, and some people haven't seen this stuff. Like to learn there, Kev finished the game beforehand, but didn't finish the game after the fact, and didn't get a chance to see some of this stuff. So, if you have not beaten this game yet, A, spoiler alerts, and B, excuse me, and B, go back and beat the game. Really awesome storyline. Very impressed with the storyline, I should say. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Going to the second one here, kind of zooming this one in for you. Let's get this one, a nice fixed spot here. Good Good stuff, good stuff. And I do go over all of these articles, as I just showed you that Crunchy Munchies does ultimately go down into bankruptcy. But it's good to see that they had positivity, I guess, along the way, you know. You know, from winning Intel Awards, which I guess is a thing, you know, the ultimate bankruptcy. We got Science Weekly here. Right. Pop that up a little bit too, in case you missed any of that information. Big old head might be in the way, so I apologize for that. But we're doing some new stuff here, experimenting, and busted out the camera for this. Get to see my ugly mug. Might be your first time. You might have watched some of my other stuff. I've done some camera stuff before, but not always. Not always set up. But as I mentioned before, I just bought this house, and I'm able to turn the 2-car garage. I made the ultimate decision not to make my 2-car garage a car garage, and actually turned it into like a game room. Still working out the kinks. It's not a sight for sore eyes, that's for sure. It's ugly, so I gotta make it look good. Starting off with a better green screen. It's working for this, but I want to do more. I want to do some more VR stuff. Just turned 40 recently, and I'm not the most physically active, so I definitely need to get physical. Start doing more, get my health in check before I get too old. Also, another reason why I'm on stream is trying to take my mind off of things. My old man's in the hospital today. Wishing him much luck with the surgery. It's kind of a critical one. And was just hoping to talk. So I appreciate Kev. I know you probably won't hear this, but definitely appreciate you keeping the conversation going with me. And for all of you that are just listening, guys rock. Guys rock more than you know. And I would love to talk to any of you anytime. So. Yeah, there it is. The beginning fates of Crunchy Wunchy. Crunchy Wunchy recall for Salmonella, 34 dead. Shocking. Just shocking. And then again, the ultimate fate. Troubled cereal company files for bankruptcy. What a headline, right? Contact with Island Lost. Talks about this article being written on a Groundhog's Day. And so how about we go break some stuff? I don't know if you guys are into breaking game mechanics, but I sure like breaking game mechanics. And I would call out right now, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the end of the game, I'm about to go to an in-game credit, or in-game cutscene, I should say, and see if I can't go ahead and break that. And I'm actually start with Timmy room to break some stuff in here, and it takes a little bit of playing around. We got like 2 music sounds playing here. Can't stop the post credits or the title scene from when I worked my way over here. But we can definitely break some of this stuff here. Just get that nice picture. Oh geez, okay. So I can't I think it's just the player, huh? Now the player's got the camera, and that's what the issue is here. There we go. So now I can come back onto the player itself, add me a free camera controller to this particular scene, and now I can move around in this scene. Which I thought was pretty cool. Excuse me. And even greater than that, I think I can get me some movement in here. I think one of these free cameras actually allows me to jump around. I have to disable one free camera for the other. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, that's weird. An outside glimpse of the thing. Oh wow, I got a shadow and everything. The controls are not optimized here. By no means. The Regents of the University of Doctoral Studies. Is this the doctor's name here? Can we slow this down? This free camera is like really loose. Move speed 10. Let's change that to 1. Let's slow it down a bit. That might actually allow me to get a better look. So is that the doctor's name? H.G. Basin. Who's just apparently got duplicates of his certificate on the wall. One thing I also heard, and I never got to check it out, Timmy's toy is actually in this game. I thought that was pretty cool. I guess that's from the first one. I think that is the toy. I don't remember it having such a big head though. But I guess it does. So that's cool. Got a bunch of loose books. We have the Science of Light. Cannot make out what that says. Advanced Magnetism. Just a straight up book called Hunting. Wild Sea. Organ. What? Organ. Transplantation. Interesting. Also have these nice little cat statues that are all low rendered. Oh, we've got the bunny. Very interesting. I think I'm gonna get rid of that mod. 7 mods loaded. Okay, here we are. We're back in it. We're just looking around Timmy's ending room to see what we find. And I would assume that this is Timmy's office, but it also looks like the doctor's office. But I don't know why the doctor's office would have Timmy's toy. Possible Windows keyboard right there. Any files in this file book? Any spoilers for us? Doesn't look like it. We have a multi-strip here. Again, dude just has like the same signs up on his page there. But his camera controls are really awkward. Design materials. The Survival Bible. Dig it. Analytical Lexicon. Science of Light. Again, I can't make out that red book. More Advanced Magnetism, Hunting, and organ stuff. Just looks like we have a repeat of books. Like some bad stock footage. See Timmy's doctor here, the big forehead. And again, I could probably play all this too while while I'm messing around with it.
Messing around with
Get a good look at Timmy and all this freaking out mute scene here.
Get a look at Timmy and all this freaking out mutes.
It was just freaky. You better not scratch that too hard, man. Does he have fingers on his face?
Scratch that too hard, man. Does he have fingers on his face?
That was just freaky, bro. Really freaky.
Really freaky.
This too shall pass. This too shall pass.
This too
Apparently at
shall
4 p.m.
pass. This too shall pass.
Not quite sure what
Apparently at
these
4 p.m. Not quite sure what these.
September 7th. Not quite sure.
September
Got some
7th.
non-legible material on the counter.
Got some non-legible
Prescriptions.
material on the counter.
Doesn't say prescriptions for what, but can you prescribe a man like Timmy?
Can you prescribe a man
Let's
like
see.
Timmy?
Unearthing unknown ancient artifacts. Recently discovered scientific. Let me get a better spot of this book. This looks like there's a lot of text. Most of which can't be read, I'm sure. Recently discovered scientific research methods uncover a new way to find artifacts composed of unknown metals. We dig into the brains of these scientists and their techniques and lead them to this groundbreaking discovery. And I'm not going to try to read that blurry text, but let's just know that it's very scientific. Man, this dude just got loose prescriptions everywhere. This doesn't sound very... the hell is this magazine, dude? Exclusive, our top 5 cougar grandmothers of the year. What the hell? Okay. Top 10 rigid bodies. I wonder if that's a nod to Unity, because Unity's physics are based off of rigid bodies, a game component. And what I mean by that is if I go to like a specific game object, maybe not in here. One of the components is a rigid body, and most game objects have them. So it's just very, I wonder if that's a nod to that. That is very strange looking, man. Cover Girl, Dallas Day. Rippy D, what's up? My mic is echoing. What do you mean it's echoing? Like, I'm picking up twice of myself? I have the whole time, huh? I see it. I see what it was. One moment. Let's see. I think it's... Oh, wow. Maybe does that solve the problem? I just turned down. Let me know, Rippy D. I lowered apparently the camera has a microphone. And these are things I could never plan for. I'm horrible with that kind of stuff, but definitely let me know. That's the only thing I can think of, is that maybe. Maybe I can mute that entirely. Yeah, my bad, man. The camera's by the window unit, and everybody told me that the sound sounded okay. So somebody asked me if I was on a plane earlier. I guess now I know why. So, yep, we're just looking at old ladies here, getting our sundowner on. Oh, and that's February 2026. We're actually just taking a look at what's going down in Timmy's room here. And I'm just kind of messing around. I don't know if I told you, Rippy D, my old man's having shitty surgery today. Got like a 40% survival rate or some shit like that. So instead of being there with them, because I can't be there with them, I am just put myself on camera, messing around, checking out 83-year-old women, apparently, trying to figure out what's, you know, the top 30 retirement homes for romance. I can't believe this is a magazine in the game. Foolproof way to pick up a retired porn star. Wow. How bland foods can extend your love life. Oh yeah, Rippy D. I don't know if yeah, it's a day for sure, man. Yeah, and the ends thing, we got this like modified version of Timmy's toy. I always thought Timmy's toy had a smaller head than that, though. Just looking around. We do have an outside to this office. Similsal, what's up? Face reveal for you, perhaps, yes. But I've done this before. It's not often, but some of my older live stream stuff where I once did I was playing a third-person shooter game, and I decided, my buddy Dallas, I don't know if you guys seen me play with him, but challenged me to eat hot sauce on some chips every time I died in a game. And if you know me, I suck at video games. And I died a lot. And I swear I didn't know it until that day, but you can definitely get a high from eating too much hot sauce. Like, I felt so dizzy after eating all that hot sauce. Probably went through like half a bottle of, like, it was like chunky hot sauce with like some peppers, and I did it all in the stream. The shit people do for views, right? And it was so bad, dude. Like, I felt like I needed to go to the doctor. Oh yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't notice that they were like all part of one big room, but I noticed that they were like side by side. I'm actually gonna load up that here in a second. I know with Timmy here that I can actually remove his mutations and one of his arms too. I think he's got that mutant. Oh, that was his left arm. I know it's kind of like behind my body here. I forget where exactly his other arm is, but did I remove an eyeball? Is this dude like one-eyed? That face. Might have got rid of his eyeball or something. I don't know, or his eyes closed or something. Very strange. But yeah, you're definitely right about that. I was doing something before, and I noticed that it wasn't this room, it was the other one, the Virginia, where she's getting loaded up on the stretcher or whatever, and the rum for Kelvin. Yeah, Pirate Timmy. I wonder if you have big head mode on. Did all these scenes play with big head mode on? That would be ridiculous. But yeah, you're right. Those two scenes were kind of like loaded up together. And I'm just messing around. Like, if you come back to the stream, like on a replay or something. Oh, look, there it is. He's got his regular arm sticking out of the what you call it. So gross. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that next. I'm gonna load up the Virginia scene. I was just kind of looking around. I saw Timmy's toy there on the shelf. Where is it at? Virginia ending intro. And if I load it up as an additive, it should be like, oh, that was awkward. I'm shocked it didn't go anywhere with that. So now I've got both of these scenes loaded up. I can go ahead and remove myself from the situation, at least remove one of me, since each one of these kind of adds you in. Personally, I'm on the wrong scene. That explains it. Hitting to Virginia. Why want to go to Virginia? That was strange. There we go. If I remove player A from that situation, I should have my same player A from before. Oh yeah, that's a trip. I can see how they're kind of blending into each other and stuff. Can't make this thing go any faster though. I think I've like lost which direction's which here, because I'm hitting forward and it's like strafing to the left. Was it over here? Is this where they were at? And I think I can set that speed. Or at least I had that game object open earlier. From Timmy's scene. Instead of move speed being 1, let's go to 5. That's a little faster. Is this where it is? Is this where like Virginia gets pushed into the next area? This must be like what you call its room, Kelvin's room here. Kind of lost them. That's an easy fix. Go back to the Virginia scene. And then back to this. Something's got to be moving somewhere, right? Oh, look, there they go. But those freaky ass legs, man. This looks very awkward. That light is so blinding. I wonder if that light is part of the actual cutscene itself. Oh, we got creepy player shadow over there. Dude, how many lights do they have in this place? That's a lot of lights. We just need one light. Let's take that light and kind of move that light up or something. Such a blinding light. Rotate it downwards. Make it not so damn bright. Wrong one. Lower that intensity some, because that intensity is ridiculous. Oh, where'd it go? It's a lot less blinding. See, that model is so twisted. Let's fix that camera speed too. Oh god, that face. Just looks freaked out. The top half of her torso just looks really distorted. Doesn't seem like it's the same size as regular Virginia. I wonder if that particular model is like any other Virginia model, you know? Is this just her model? Like, is this gonna make her load in, like, just fly in here floating, not on a cart or anything? Oh yeah, look at that. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Yep, we got the same old glitched out Virginia there, just like before. Hilarious. And then lastly, what do we have? I guess not lastly. We have a good buddy Calvin, which even to this still says Robbie. Gonna load that one up as a single. Too good, too good. Now I'm curious if, like, this Calvin here can be manipulated like the other Calvins. Where did it oh, it faded out already. They're all, like, typically at the bottom, seemed like. So many doctor's papers, personal notes. All his toys. There's a Triple X magazine. Some here, probably that old lady magazine again. Where is that particular scene? There it is. Oh, the door actually closed. Awkward. Awkward controls. What a crazy perspective. Those faces, I swear. I'm gonna have to get some of that footage. Roll that beautiful bean Kelvin footage. One thing I'm not good at, and I wish I really would, is be able to tell more about these animations themselves. If I go down to this one. It's the only animation I've ever really gotten to work. Because I'm not good at this stuff. Yeah, that didn't work on him. Maybe that's like the main game object and not really the Calvin himself, huh? I don't know. I don't know. We're just looking around, exploring, talking. There are no rainbows without rain. Good to know. So, sure you love that 4 p.m., huh? Is that an actual full water bottle? Very strange. Oh, he's got a fitness ball in here. It's crazy the amount of details. Thought that was a tarp for a second, but that's just a food plate. Multiple food plates. And let's do one more. Let's go with the mailman. We got the Virginia ending. I'm gonna go ahead and take the player. That's crazy. Oh yeah, look at that. Punch you, Virginia, I'm gonna punch you. Oh wow. The tires don't move. Somebody stop this thing. Let me off this car. Dang, they need to let you play in this area right here. This is where it's at. Now, I've been here before. One thing I noticed is that this is actually like a whole new island. You don't get any of that stuff from before. And let me go ahead and change the speed of this camera. Give us a little bit of faster camera. We're just flying here with some legs and shit out. Man, look, it's got all this detail. You can't stand on any of this. I've tried to load this in and I've came here before. Site 3, right? Simple Sal, if you're still out here, man, this might be good. Something to mess around with for your mod you're working on the rise spot. I thought I made the speed faster, but doesn't seem to be going any faster. Maybe I changed the wrong value. That's a little faster. All this detail, all this island detail, and you don't get to see most of it. And then there's the sign here that I've noticed. Oh. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Under construction. This must be the starting area where you start out at for the cutscene. Constantly letting you know that things are under construction. Speed limit 55, even though you got these dangerous mountainside curves. Just lots of filler. Off to a dead end. What's in your head? Oh, Calvin's hair sticking through the window. Calvin's eyeballs on the backside. Looking kind of derpy there, Virginia. Makes you question, does she have a baby in her belly? Oh, but we have the back of the car seat. Anything? Very strange. Is there a trunk to this car? And the trunk be in the front? Oh, just the inside model. Very, very strange. Well, if you're just joining us, there's lots of content to go back and look on. I'm actually going to end the stream now. I'm going to check on some people and definitely rewatch. We went over lots of different things. We went over the end credits and stuff, so check that out. Hit that like button for me if you're still here. Like button. Got the camera now. Now it could be like I'm watching you. And go back and rewatch it, man. I got a couple of hours worth of end credit stuff and new discoveries, hidden magazine, especially you, Simul Sal, if you're here. It's something for your leak video you might be able to share. But yeah, guys, have a great day. Later.